Hey everybody, off and running on this latest Saturday edition as we start the new weekend of 2020 here at Gulfstream Park. Jason Blewett joining you. The right spot, no doubt, for racing, top-class racing. We have got 11 races on the program, 5 stakes in the mix, and a little Pete Aiello coming up next.
11 races on an excellent Saturday card in South Florida with over $2 million up for grabs in the Rainbow Six. And we start on the road to the Florida Derby with the Mucho Macho Man. We'll kick it off today on turf at 1 mile with maiden claimers in for $50,000. Scratch the 3 and the 9. A field of 8 went postward. First race favorites included the 5, Blanket of Roses, and the 10, Montana Man. Racing at Gulfstream. Level beginning. Up on the inside, that's Cosmic Treasure, who begins quickly. Far outside, Montana Man's going to try to get over. Splitting horses and on to challenge is 48 straight in the charge to the first turn. Away fourth is Plan of Attack, and down toward the inside first rate. Dropped over nicely from the 7 post to race 3.5 lengths behind. Then it's Blanket of Roses racing ahead of 90 Days of Winter, and the trailer is Tolkien. They charge around the first turn, and with the advantage, 48 straight by a neck. A very keen Plan of Attack put into the clear, now on the go, and that'll force Montana Man to either back off or race between horses. It's a gap of another 4 to Cosmic Treasure, who was one of the first into stride. He's back to a joint fourth now, alongside Blanket of Roses. Back from there, it's first rate, racing 2 clear of 90 Days of Winter, and still at the back is Tolkien. They make their way half a mile from home with the advantage. It's now Plan of Attack. His plan was to go fast early, and he went 45-2 for a wicked half mile. He leads by 2.5. 48 straight is their second size. Looks like he wants off the inside with Montana Man. Third being asked to quicken. Blanket of Roses starts up for Irad Ortiz Jr. up on the outside and charging into second. From the inside in Cosmic Treasure as they're at the top of the stretch. Plan of Attack is under siege. On the outside, Blanket of Roses. 3 wide, Montana Man. On the inside and trying to fight on 48 straight, top of the lane. Tolkien's erupting from the back. They come past the 8th pole with the lead. Montana Man, Blanket of Roses, and Tolkien chase. On the inside, Montana Man fights to hold it. Tolkien lifts up on the outside. Blanket of Roses from between. They come home for the wire. It's now Blanket of Roses who gets the job done. Second was Montana Man. Tolkien was some kind of erratic in that last 1/8 of a mile. He was third. Cosmic Treasure ran fourth. Number 5, Blanket of Roses, survives Steward's review and holds on to the victory in today's first race, breaking the maiden under jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. for trainer Mike Maker and owners Ken and Sarah Ramsey. 10, Montana Man was second. The horse that all the talking was about was the 6, Tolkien, who was very green, shifting ground everywhere, and ended up third. We go to the second race, the start of the early pick 4, 6 furlongs of the trip. Maiden claimers in for $32,000. The favorites included the 1, Time to Two-Step, and the 5, Take Charge Again. And they're off, and the favorite Time to Two-Step made a mess of the start and is 4 lengths last. Far outside, Impression Given fires to the top, racing ahead of Take Charge Again with Lux Diamond toward the rail. These top 3 have gone ahead of both Western Union and Arching, and after blowing the start, Time to Two-Step has her back against the wall already as they go to the half-mile grounds. At a big number, the leader is Impression Given by 1.25 lengths. Take Charge Again moves to her flank and now tries to get to her second. Lux Diamond patiently handled at this stage third. Nuestra Union picking it up here for Torres, now fourth and only 2 lengths off the lead. Time to Two-Step is out of last, and now the trailer is Arching. Around the forward turn they go. Santiago Gonzalez has Impression Given, the daughter of Point Given, on the engine at the quarter pole. Second is racing Take Charge Again. Third outside, Nuestra Union. Looking for room next is Lux Diamond, then Time to Two-Step, and they're at the top of the stretch. This big long shot tries to fight on here, Impression Given. Still in front through a 46 3/2 mile. Down the center and coming on now is Time to Two-Step. From between horses, Nuestra Union. No place to go for Lux Diamond. Final 16th of a mile. Taking over is Take Charge Again. Lunging at her is Nuestra Union. Nuestra Union and Take Charge Again. These two Take Charge Again. Take Charge Again pinned her ears and dug in for the victory. Nuestra Union ran out of racetrack at 113 flat. Number 5, Take Charge Again, holds on barely to get the maiden diploma in a pretty game effort. The daughter of Take Charge Indy turned away all challenges under Paco Lopez for trainer Jane Sibeli at Jersey Shore Racing. Take Charge Again wins the second, and we'll be right back. back now for the third race of the afternoon, 5 furlongs on turf. Allowance horses with a $51,000 purse here. Field of 7, the favorite was the 4, Hurricane Hill. And they're off. The outside duo, Sturgeon and 7 Gems, are the quickest 2 away, and they're trying to get over to the inside. Away racing in third is Island Tap. Out of their fourth goes Sovereign Warrior with Hurricane Hill for company. Intimidation, the favorite, is toward the back of the field in the early stages, and at the inside, it's Dizzy Sight. They head to the half-mile grounds and move to the far turn. And crossing over with Sturgeon to lead a length and a quarter. 7 Gems is in the 2-path second. Island Tap third. Sovereign Warrior is back to fourth, moving up in Hurricane Hill from fifth. 3 clear of Intimidation, and still at the back is Dizzy Sight. They run to the top of the stretch. We're inside a quarter of a mile left to go. Up front, Sturgeon still the target. On the outside, and 7 Gems from second. Hurricane Hill set down, driving by Jose Ortiz down the stand side. In between horses and Sovereign Warrior, less than an eighth to go. 7 Gems trying to bridge the gap on Sturgeon. Sturgeon digging, but 7 Gems is surging. 7 Gems on the outside for the lead, and 7 Gems and Luis Saez will win it. Sturgeon second, Sovereign Warrior third, Intimidation finish fourth. Number 6, 7 Gems stalked the pace setter Sturgeon as these two moved over from the outside gates. They got inside position and they ran 1-2, with 7 Gems getting up to win it under Luis Saez for trainer Steve Claceris and owners Ellen and James Shannon. Second was the 7 Sturgeon, and a good try. We go to the fourth race now. The fourth race was at 6 furlongs. Maiden Claimers in for $32,000 with a field of 8. Off-time favorite was the 5, Above Par. And they're off. Good beginning from between for Sweet on the Gents, and on the inside, Honest Gal showing speed. Away in third is Domineer. Outside goes Music City Wolf and Splitting Horses Above Par. At the rail, Trini Sunshine. And then it's back to I'm Praying for That, and far back early is Strong Performance. They head to the half-mile grounds, and with the advantage, it's still Honest Gal doing battle with Sweet on the Gents. These two have been at each other since the start. They lead Above Par, who's now racing from third. Inside and Domineer back to Music City Wolf. Then I'm Praying for That and Trini Sunshine, and nothing from Strong Performance. They move now 5 furlong or 5/16 from home through a 22-1 contested opening quarter. On the outside, Sweet on the Gents toward the rail, Honest Gal. Domineer is going to tip and roll for Torres, back to fourth and Above Par. She's not gaining any ground. Music City Wolf is covering ground as I'm Praying for That finds her best ride and comes on next after a 46-second half mile. Domineer is off cover to take on the lead, and the lead is still held by Honest Gal. These two have kicked on from third, running Sweet on the Gents. Final eighth of a mile, the Domineer on the outside. Honest Gal will not go away. She's battling hard for every yard, and she's back for more inside. Domineer trying to get her head in front. Domineer is in front. Domineer wins. Domineer needed every yard of the Gulfstream stretch to get Honest Gal, but she did in 1:13-1. Tight finish to the fourth, but in the end it was for Domineer who got the money and the maiden diploma. Ridden to victory by Christian Torres for David Brady and owner and breeder George Kerr. Domineer, the daughter of Cantharos, parlays a good trip to victory, beating a very game Honest Gal. Let's go to the fifth race now and start at pick 3 on turf at 1 mile. Starter allowance optional claiming horses. Scratch the 6, Disc Jockey, a field of 8. The off-time favorite was the 3, Monforte. And they're off. From the center, that's Blazing Desire and Monforte, the first two out. Verdict is in. Moves to challenge toward the inside third. From the top shelf, St. Benevolence moves out an early fourth ahead of Quick Enough, who's fifth. Sixth early is Mr. Who. Seventh is Keepsake Kitten, and the trailer is Vintage Kitten. Around the first turn they go. The pace is on early as Monforte on the barn change leads by 2. Blazing Desire is together with Verdict is in for second. Racing in fourth is St. Benevolence. These top 4 have gone well clear of the others. It's a 6 or 7 lengths margin back to a fifth running Quick Enough. A gap of another 5 to Mr. Who, and the Kittens are at the back. Keepsake Kitten just ahead of Vintage Kitten behind a robust opening quarter of 22-3. Strung out over a lot of ground as they go to the half-mile point. The advantage to Monforte and Hyro by 4 lengths. Second, Blazing Desire. Third, Verdict is in. Still a chasm of 7 or 8 to St. Benevolence, who's 4 in front of Quick Enough. It's another, I'm getting out of bad at math here. Is this Keepsake Kitten better than 15 or 16 off the lead? Mr. Who is next, and Vintage Kitten is last. Strung out over a ton of ground, and that's the understatement of the year as Monforte leads for home on a mission. He's now 5 on top. Second is Blazing Desire. Verdict is in his third. St. Benevolence is fourth. These back markers just never got involved, and Monforte continues to fire. Eighth of a mile from home. Monforte by 7 clear. Battles for second. Verdict is in on the inside of Blazing Desire. Late run now from Keepsake Kitten and Vintage Kitten, but Monforte close to home. He's wobbly, but he's in front. Monforte by 3 in the end. Keepsake Kitten just given too much to do. He was second in 1:34 and 1.
Got to be honest with you, folks, that's about as unorthodox a turf race as I've ever seen since I've been here at Gulfstream Park. They were strung out over a ton of ground, and nobody made ground on Monforte, who went super fast. He gets the victory here today on the barn change for Ruben Gracida and Rancho Alegre. Jairo Rendon with the enterprising ride that worked. Monforte, the 5th race winner. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the Rainbow Six and stakes action. Don't go away. Back now for race number 6 on the program, the start of today's Rainbow Six. Over $2 million up for grabs. 6 furlongs of the trip for $75,000. All the money was on the 1, Chivalry.
And they're off in the Limehouse. Good start for Cajun Casanova, and Zano Boys runs with him on the outside. Ricky Tiki Tavi is sent for speed, and down at the inside, Chivalry. He's racing in 4th while trying not to go too fast early. The stretch runners are Peruvian Boy and Uncaptured King, and they're left behind a very quick early pace. On the outside, it's Zano Boys and Paco for the lead. Cajun Casanova races from 2nd. Ricky Tiki Tavi 3rd and out wide behind a quarter of 21 and 2. Chivalry beat for speed and now asked to quicken. 4 clear of Peruvian Boy, and still far back is Uncaptured King as they round the far turn. Something's got to give. Zano Boys leads the race, but he's going very fast. Ricky Tiki Tavi let go by Zayas at 17 to 1, and he's up to take the lead. Chivalry trying to get to him. He's 4th behind a 44 and 3/2. Johnny V working overtime on Peruvian Boy to try to get a slice. Uncaptured King is next with 3/16 to go. Ricky Tiki Tavi has the lead. Chivalry now has aim on the leader from 2nd. Peruvian Boy destined for a minor placing as Chivalry is up to take the lead now. Ricky Tiki Tavi's run a huge race. He tries to hold 2nd, but Chivalry wins the Limehouse. Ricky Tiki Tavi was 2nd, Peruvian Boy 3rd, then Cajun Casanova.
As expected, it was a wicked early pace put up by Cajun Casanova and Zano Boys, and that was good news for Chivalry fans as he was able to sit off that early pace and run down the leaders to get the victory here in the Limehouse. Ridden to victory by Amisael Jaramillo for Jack's or Better Farm and Ralph Nix. Chivalry passes another test with a stakes victory today. 7th race of the afternoon, the only graded stakes event on the program. This was the Grade 3 Kitten's Joy Stakes on turf at a 7.5 furlong trip. Scratch number 7, New York Traffic, a field of 8. The off-time favorites included the 2, Irish Mias, and number 4, Bless the Kitten.
They're off in the Kitten's Joy. Good start out wide for Island Commish. Moving out the rail, that's Get Smokin'. These are the first 2 out. Summer to Remember trying to work over from the outside draw. He'll land 3rd. King Theo was away in early 4th from Mystic Lancelot, who's in early 5th. Back to yesterday once more. The 2 at the back are Bless the Kitten and Irish Mias. Around the first turn they go. Jose Ortiz puts Get Smokin' on the lead and leads a length and a quarter over Island Commission 2nd. Long shot King Theo is 3rd down inside, racing 4th. At Summer to Remember, he worked over. He's in about the 3 path now. A gap of another 3 to Mystic Lancelot, racing a length and a half in front of Irish Mias. In between horses is a Headstrong Yesterday once more, and Bless the Kitten at the back. 24-2 for the opening quarter as they head to the half-mile point. With the advantage, Get Smokin' has been in front from the outset and leads 3 parts of a length. Island Commish keeps the pressure on second. Sayas has to go 3 wide on Summer to Remember while third. King Theo is next. Mirage picking off horses with Irish Mias. He's up to 5th now. Backpedaling is Mystic Lancelot. Nothing yet from Bless the Kitten or Yesterday Once More as they have a quarter of a mile left to go. Up front, it's still Get Smokin' the target. On the outside, an Island Commish right alongside. Summer to Remember now third with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. On the outside, an Island Commish toward the rail and Get Smokin'. Get Smokin' is fighting back. Island Commish is now in front. It's Island Commish with the lead. Island Commish is your Kitten's Joy winner. Second is Get Smokin'. Third, Summer to Remember. Irish Mias is fourth in 1:28.1.
Nice job of riding here by Paco Lopez, getting his second winner of the day, and it comes aboard the razor-sharp son of Commissioner, number 8, Island Commish, who was a terror across town at GPW, takes another step forward today, getting a stakes victory for Safi Joseph Jr. and owner Matthew Shera. Summer to Remember had to settle for third as Get Smokin' was the pace setter and a game runner-up. Let's go to the 8th race, the Glitter Woman Stakes, a start of a late pick 4 here at 6.5 furlongs. Field of 8, the favorites included the 6, Spanish Point, and the 8, Sound Machine.
Racing in the Glitter Woman. A step slow at the start was Tale of Success. Quick break for Sayonara Baby, who heads off for the early lead. Sound Machine moves to take second. Away in third is Glory Dia. Down inside goes Lady Anna in the 3-path and Spanish Point. Angled to the far outside is Tale of Success after a less than stellar getaway. She's third last. La Vie is second last, and Adeline is last of all as they head to the half-mile point. Up front, Sayonara Baby leads 3 parts of a length, but Tyler G has the spot he wants for Sound Machine on the flank of the leader while racing in second. Prado has the rail secured with Lady Anna from third. Glory Dia and Spanish Point are next. Out wide on the course in Tale of Success, 3 clear of Adeline and La Vie at the back. Past the 3-furlong point, they run around the far turn, and the advantage still belongs to Sayonara Baby in front to half a length. Racing in second now is Sound Machine, driven third, Spanish Point. Tale of Success on the outside, La Vie from the back, circling 5 wide. Lady Anna just never really kicked on, and they're at the top of the stretch. Speaking of kicking on, that's what Sound Machine is doing as she wheels for home, widening on a 3-length lead. Sayonara Baby is second, Lady Anna loose and trying to charge. La Vie is down the center with Tale of Success, but in deep stretch, it's all about Sound Machine. Sound Machine for Safi Joseph Jr. and E5 Racing Thoroughbreds, decisive winners of the Glitter Woman. Second, Sayonara Baby. Third, Spanish Point. La Vie finished fourth.
You could see down the backstretch that Tyler Gaffleone was perfectly content with the spot for Sound Machine. He had her lapped onto the pace setter Sayonara Baby and ready to strike. And she struck indeed, winning easy in the end under Tyler Gaffleone for Safi Joseph Jr. and the E5 Racing Thoroughbreds. Sound Machine, the talented daughter of Into Mischief, wins the Glitter Woman. Next up is the 9th race on the program, the Ginger Brew Stakes. 3-year-old fillies on turf at 7.5 furlongs for $100,000 in guaranteed purse money. Scratch number 5, Our Little Jewel, a field of 11. This was a wide-open betting race.
And they're off in the Ginger Brew to a level beginning. Up on the outside, Hear My Prayer is the quickest of the quick in the early stages, and she'll cross over from her outside gate to lead the race a length and a half early. Cheermeister is second with American Giant on her outside. High on Gin is parked 3 wide around the first turn. Just ahead of her was Bradenbury. In between horses at Abscond, she's in the 2-path with Moral Reasoning along the rail. Then it's a length and a half back to the team of She's My Type and Runway Dreamer. They also got over from their outside gates. They're 2.5 clear of Sunset Promise, and on her outside, Queen of God is at the back. Down the backstretch they go, and up front, Paco and Hear My Prayer went 23 seconds flat to the opening quarter and leads by a length over American Giant second, Cheermeister third. Bradenbury follows along in fourth. Out in the center, that's High on Gin, now racing from fifth. Down at the inside in Moral Reasoning, Abscond in the 2-path, 3 wide, while a length off those is She's My Type. At the inside in Runway Dreamer, followed by Sunset Promise, and Queen of God remains at the back. 46-1 for the opening half mile. They've yet to get to Hear My Prayer. She leads by a length and a half. Look at She's My Type. Just like her maiden run, she's knifing through horses. She's moved 4 wide by Tyler Gaffleone, and she's on the attack now as they move to the top of the stretch. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Hear My Prayer. Better look over her shoulder as here comes She's My Type. Let go on the outside to take the lead. She's My Type quickly now establishes the lead. Abscond, Moral Reasoning, they're taking late runs, but She's My Type is digging in, and She's My Type is your Ginger Brew winner. Second is Moral Reasoning, Abscond third, and 128 flat.
If you're a regular watcher of the Gulfstream Park product, you might have sniffed this horse out, as she was very, very impressive on debut, and she made the same move today that she made when she broke her maiden. Talking about the winner, 12, She's My Type, who goes 2 for 2 in her young racing career, trained by Christophe Clement. Tyler Gaffleone for a quick fire stakes double for owner Ghislaine Head. She's My Type, very impressive with a sustained run, beating Moral Reasoning and Abscond. Time for a commercial timeout. On the other side of the timeout, the Mucho Macho Man. 7 talented 3-year-olds at 1 mile. Don't go away. Back now for race number 10 on the program, the 8th edition of the $100,000 Mucho Macho Man. First leg of the Road to the Florida Derby. 1 mile the trip with a field of 7. The favorites included the 1, South Bend, and the 2, Chance It.
And they're off in the Mucho Macho Man. It was a good beginning for Inter Miami, as seen on TV, and Chance It both away with speed as they race out of the 1 mile chute. Splitting horses is Smash Factor. Smash Factor is up to take the lead. Out of the chute and onto the main course in the Mucho Macho Man. Smash Factor now off the lead 2.5. As seen on TV is second, Inter Miami third. Gaffleone in no hurry early with Chance It, fourth and down toward the inside. 2 better than Ashar. Out the back door, Sol Volante and South Bend. The opening quarter complete, and it goes to Smash Factor and Jose Ortiz in front by a clear 4 or 5 lengths. As seen on TV, given more rain to try to take up some slack while second. At the inside, Chance It is third. Fourth and out wide is Inter Miami. In amongst rivals from fifth is Ashar. Bravo has him about 8 lengths behind. 3 clear of Sol Volante. And then it's a gap of 6 or 7 to South Bend. He's an awful long way behind, and time ticking away as there's 3 furlongs left to go. Up front, Smash Factor leads, but here comes the cavalry. As seen on TV, gets first run at him. Sol Volante working to the clear for Panici. Ashar tries to keep him in. Meanwhile, Gaffleone just thread the needle with Chance It. And Chance It is now up to converge on As Seen on TV. And these two kick on. Sol Volante is now third and still in range with a 1/4 mile left to go. Off the turn on the stretch drive. Chance It gets serious and puts his neck on top. But As Seen on TV is up for a fight. And he's right back at him. As Seen on TV now to take the lead again. Chance It tries to get back on terms, and here he comes again. A real thriller in the Mucho Macho Man. This is going to get close. Very close on the wire. Chance It battled back to photo with As Seen on TV. Looked like he had the momentum. Too tight to call in the Mucho Macho Man.
How's that for a horse race? Number 2, Chance It, and number 4, As Seen on TV, left nothing on the table. But in the end, number 2, Chance It, gets the money for jockey Tyler Gaffleone and trainer Safi Joseph Jr. Third stakes of the day for both Safi and Tyler. Shooting Star Thoroughbreds. Son of Currency Swap. Chance It is your Mucho Macho Man winner. Number 4, As Seen on TV, hardly disgraced himself. He was super game while just missing. Sol Volante, in his dirt debut, he ran deceptively well to complete the trot. To the 11th and final race now on turf at 1 mile. Allowance horses went postward here. Scratch the 10, Squeeze Adios. Also scratched the 3, Cheyenne's Colonel. The off-time favorites included the 2, Ice-T, and the 4, Krampus.
And runners away. Ice-T away quickly. Here's Preamble moving to take him on, and Krampus away in the top flight. He's now third. In tight is Mustaqahim, who's down toward the inside. Wide on the course and Proliferate. Epic Bromance is tugging early as they race around the first turn. Sterling Drive settles in mid-flight. He's a length better than Lemonist, who drops over to the inside. And the early trailer is Prince of Arabia. Around the first turn they go with the advantage. It's Preamble and Jose Ortiz by a length and a quarter. Proliferate on the outside is second. Ice-T is back to third. Krampus in the 2 path is now fourth. Down at the inside is Musa Takim, who's now racing in fifth for Leparu. Epic Bromance is on his outside. Sterling Drive is 3 wide. Lemonist is toward the rail. And Prince of Arabia is last of all behind an opening quarter of 23 and 4. Down the backstretch they go with the advantage. It's Preamble on top of length and a quarter. Constant pace pressure from Proliferate, who races from second. Ice-T will need a way through. He's third. Krampus, he's traveled well into the race for Zayas, getting ready to go 3 wide and make a move toward the top. 2 better than Epic Bromance. Then on the outside to Sterling Drive. Musta Takim is down toward the inside. Lemonis looks for racing room. And at the back is Prince of Arabia. Around the far turn they go, and it's still Preamble the target. He leads Proliferate by a neck. 3 wide. Krampus starts to move. 4 wide Sterling Drive. Ice-T needs to thread the needle after 3 quarters. And 1:11 and 4. Ice-T got through inside. Ice-T up for the lead now. Krampus down the center and in between horses. Proliferate is up for a fight. These 3 across the course. Muta Takim surging late on the outside. Here comes Muta Takim surging. Maybe. Too tight to call. Muta Takim on the outside. Ice-T on the rail. It's these 2 in a picture in 1:34 and 3.
Really tight finish to today's final race, but the photo goes to number 2, Ice-T, who holds on for Paco Lopez, who gets a riding triple here this afternoon. This one for the Flying Pheasant Farm and trainer Mary Epler. Number 1, Musta Takim, ran huge, just missed, while second. Rainbow 6 hit multiple times here today. Combination worth $1,694.42. Triggers a Sunday carryover of more than $1.6 million.
And that's it. Congratulations to all the winners on today's card. Our road to the Florida Derby has begun with the Mucho Macho Man. We continue here tomorrow afternoon, a 10-race Sunday card that begins at about 12:35, 12:40 Eastern. Hope you can join us, and we'll see you next time right here on Thoroughbred Action.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired